Hi and welcome. I am Jo from Jo's Paradise of Colour. In tonight's video I will be teaching you something new and exciting. This is a new technique for myself and it was the first time that I actually spun this in this video. So I hope you enjoy learning advanced technique. This one is a double auto wrap. Well, it's a double auto wrap beehive. So the long, it's got very long sections, and that's a normal double ply, and then tiny little beehives are double wrapped, and it looks pretty cool. So I've gone with a gold yellow silk to ply with, but the fibre that I used is quite soft as well, which I think may have been a mistake, using a silk, because it's very slippery, but the end results is very pretty. There are some sections like right underneath each of the beehives where it's not as plied through like the others, like this section. They're very open plied sections right under the beehives, but it's still very beautiful. And yeah, so if I can find a darker hive with the auto, just to show you you can just see the silk overlapping over, there we go. So it's almost like, it's like a auto wrap just on the beehive itself. Took me a little bit to get used to it, and finding a better way to auto wrap it, but you'll see about halfway through it just clicked. The next day it just clicked, and I could make them a lot better and more efficiently without losing the little beehive. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy learning a new technique. This is something for the more advanced spinners. This is a very hand-eye coordinated spin. So if you're new to spinning, just keep on making your normal beehives. You can still get the same type of effect by doing mini beehives. You just won't have that auto wrap over the top of it. So if you're a beginner, try doing this first with just mini beehives, and then when you're like more comfortable, then try the same with an auto wrap over the top of the beehive. But you're going to need a fine thread, depending on what, well, you know, if you're going to use a wool for your base, you could get away with doing a silk for the auto wrap plying, or you can just wing it like I did with Super Luxury all the way through and have the same results that I've got with underneath the beehive where it's really opened up and slippery all over the place. If I was to make this again, I will do it with a wool based thread for a luxury fibre base, and if I do a wool base, I can do it with the silk. So yeah, let's get into it. Enjoy. Now this is going to have lots of very long thin sections, and then I'm going to add a puff. Very small puff. So probably about that big. Normally I make them about 10 to 20 centimeters long. Little tiny puffs, tiny ones. So that will be half the size once it's made into a beehive. You can make your own yarn. You should always try and make it yourself. But keep in mind that commercial is not hand spun. Alright, I'm going to continue. I've got quite a lot still to do. This has been 32 minutes so far, and I'm not even halfway. So I'll probably be done in 4 hours, and then I will start back up when I'm ready to ply it. This is a tricky technique, this one. It's an auto wrap beehive. So you gotta spin it right, like you gotta spin it up just before you wrap it. You get the twist above the beehive. So you're forming the beehive and you've got to spin this top bit to the spring, and then you let it go on its own, and then you spin it a little bit more to come back down, and it's done. And I'll do that on a close-up because I figured this out just now. I was struggling at the start there. That was the best result. Another one coming. Alright, you formed it, okay? You just hold the bottom as tight as possible and you spin. You want a good twist on the top. Then you get your auto wrap plying and you let go of the yarn in your fingers here, and you let that twist up here make this auto wrap, and give it a little extra if you need. This is a pretty long one, so you just push it together because you want a little bubbly textured bit. Hold it, spin, 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 spin. Pull that above, let go of the yarn and let it auto wrap over the top and auto wrap back down. And continue. Another one. Pull it up. Spin, 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 spin. Put it up. Let it go. And continue.